It's 11:16 and we're in the lobby of the Hyatt. Somebody, it's me, left their folding a bit late. I realized, I think it was at a few minutes to 10. And we're sitting down for ice cream, relaxed. Just got back from dancing because the Ho City Fair was right across the street. And one of the sponsors comes over and she says, well, you know, if you have any PowerPoint presentations or anything, you have to be done. I'm like, I don't have a PowerPoint presentation. Then she said, you know, any models or anything? And I realized, wait, I've got to fold like 107 pieces of paper. And, well, each one of these models represents an edge. This line here, it's going to represent the edge. I piece them together, and when they're pieced together, they represent a vertex. Now, each of the platonic solids has a scafely symbol, which denotes the vertex and the number of edges coming from each vertex. So, for instance, with the dodecahedron, which is the one I'm building now, it's got a scafely symbol of 3 and 5. 3 is the number of points coming from each vertex, as you can see, and then 5 is the number of edges on each face. Now, going around completely, we can create one of the faces. My project is very mathematical, but not really environmentally friendly. Coming here, you'd meet a lot of cool kids. You become a cool kid yourself. And last year I took a $50,000 scholarship from Florida Institute of Technology. And a very honorable 5th place. This year I'm hoping to do better. Go first, or at least second. I mean, it's aiming high, but if you aim for the stars and you fail, you still land amongst the clouds, and it's just a lovely place to be. Ultimately, it's my goal to have all 5 platonic solids done tonight. However, if I do the larger ones, the smaller ones are going to come much quicker. I'll be able to do the hexahedron, which is basically a cube, and the octahedron, as well as the tetrahedron, which are basically a diamond and a triangle. Yeah, see, I'm already getting sloppy. You have to take your time. I mean, you can go through it, make it sloppy, uneven just a bit. And if you're really good, sometimes you can just play through it. You can fake it, and you usually come out with a really good result. Other times, you have to start over. I was born in Japan. My father's in the Air Force. So he was transferred to Kadena Air Force Base in Okinawa, Japan. And that's where my parents had me. And ever since then, I've kind of fallen in love with the Japanese culture. I mean, when you're born in such a beautiful place, you want to try and get to know your roots. So I found out one of the pastimes was origami. I read about how, after Hiroshima was struck by the Enola Gay, how this one little girl made 1,000 paper cranes to try and make a wish come true. She wasn't able to finish the cranes. She died of leukemia due to radiation poisoning. But people finished it for her. And they wished for everybody to get better. You know, that's such a great idea. To, have meaning in folding. And it's not just an art, it's a culture, and it's part of them that really, I guess, expresses them in a way that they can't do otherwise. I mean, you can simply wish. Anybody can wish. But when you don't just wish, you don't just say the words, you do the actions. You go through and you fold 1,000 cranes. That's something. So I folded my first crane that day, and it was immediately laughed at by the Asian kid next to me. I went to the King's School, which was very diverse. And you got a lot of kids from Lakenheath, which is an Air Force base right near Cambridge. And he was saying, that's a crane, it's ridiculous. So he showed me how to do it. And ever since then I've really been hooked. Folding from cranes. And then doing bigger models. Like, there's a whole community out there. I was just reading in the New Yorker. Because it's funny, my AP Lit teacher, she knows that I did my project in origami, so she found this article in the New Yorker about this man, Robert Lang. He's a professor. And he fell in love with origami and just did it. He went to Japan a few times actually and competed in competitions. In folding competitions, and these aren't simply who can make a crane the fastest. These are people who are going out there. They're developing new folds and making new techniques, and some of the most beautiful creations you've ever seen. I mean, they can make a snake so lifelike, and it's just paper, and just to see such a thing. I mean, it's amazing, and it's flawless. I mean, you can think, hey, ultimately, it's just a piece of paper, but I mean, these people, it's an artwork. There's so much more to it. And to be able to use it to teach, to be able to give back, and that's truly amazing. And there's so much to be done. The world's such a troubled place. There's always a new sidewalk, a new trash can, a new wheelchair, a new fire alarm, a new safety device, a new theorem, a new way of monitoring gas, a new planet to discover. So many things that can be done. And ultimately, these are the kids who are going to do it. The kids who come here. The kids who fight to come here and don't make it. Those are the kids who are going to change the world and make a difference. Kids who are at 11:32 down in the lobby of their motel, putting together origami structures for their project tomorrow. These are the kids who are going to change the world.